Bender reached out and tried to grab his idol's guitar.
Aw, come on!
So all he could do was stick his eye out and take a quick picture. Then he went to a high-tech lab to replicate the guitar. The engineer put on a helmet and plugged the data cable into Bender's body. He managed to get into Bender's file system. 99% of the memory was taken up by unimportant files. The engineer was able to quickly find a picture of the guitar, and then converted the image into a wireframe model. The wireframe model is transmitted wirelessly to the 3D printer by turning a handle. The machine automatically draws a three-dimensional model of guitar, ultimately transforming it into a tangible object. To become a folk singer, Bender began to wander in search of stories. He arrived at a railway bar. Railroad workers were more than willing to help Bender write songs. So Bender traveled the rails of the universe looking for inspiration. He ended up writing a song about how he stole the railroader's girlfriend. But all the things he described in his song came true. A strange force drove the railroaders to kill Bender. It turns out that Bender's wireless connection to the 3D printer hadn't been broken. The thoughts in his head were automatically transferred to the printer. Shortly thereafter, the railroad man chased Bender in his train. He immediately jumped out of the window and ran away. Hurriedly driving a rocking cart, he fled back to Earth, but he was eventually hit by the train. At Bender's funeral, his idol sang the song he wrote. At that moment, a familiar voice suddenly came from outside the door. It turned out that Bender had made a copy of himself when he returned to Earth.